Hello and welcome to Smart Student Canada. This is the only channel that provides relevant and practical information to students who want to study in Canada. How to get work permit extension in Canada? You can work in Canada under the terms of your employer's specific work permit, such as if you have a work permit, where you can work, the length of time you can work, and the employer's name, if applicable. Let's understand its process. If your work permit is due to expire or needs to be modified, you must submit an application for an extension or modification. Before your existing permit expires, you should submit an application to extend your work authorization. The Government of Canada allows you to continue in Canada while it processes your application to extend or amend your work permit's terms. Check to see whether your work permit expires while we are processing your application. The date and time of your application submission. Before your work visa expires, the Government of Canada must receive your application. There are two methods that the Canadian government determines whether an application is received or not. If you submit the application online, you must do so by the expiration date of your work permit, which is at midnight UTC the day before. Coordinated Universal Time is used by our online application system. Check to see if your time zone is in sync with the Universal Time. We stamp paper applications the day they arrive at our case processing center if you apply on paper. If your work permit expires before we get your application, we'll consider the day we received it as the date received. Check the expiry date on your passport. Work permits can only be extended up to the expiration date on your passport. Make sure your passport expires no earlier than the end date of the permit you are applying for. Now, who can apply for the work permit extension? If you fall into one of the categories below, this application is for you. Would you like to prolong your work permit? Your work permit conditions such as the types of jobs allowed, employers allowed, and locations where workers are allowed are all in need of revisions. Restriction because of a medical examination. As an example, you were granted an open work permit with limits on working in healthcare because you hadn't finished a medical examination. Need to update your work permit to reflect a different gender. Use this application and the request for a change of sex or gender identifier form IRM 002 if you identify as a different gender from the one shown on your work permit before. If we made a mistake on your work permit, you have the option of requesting an amendment to a legal temporary residence certificate. To work in Canada for a short period of time without a work permit, you need to find out what you need to do. Work licenses issued by certain employers. If you need to extend or alter the terms of your work permit, you must do so. This is a promotion for you. If your current position has undergone any of the following changes: a decrease in compensation, the addition of new duties, the offer of a different position, or the desire to work for a new company, you can't begin working for a new company or at a new job until you receive a new work permit. Permits to work in the open. It is possible to extend an open work permit if you are still allowed to work in Canada with this type of authorization. Now, how to apply for it? Make certain that your company has completed all of the necessary requirements before submitting your application. If you need to leave Canada and plan to return, your visiting visa must be renewed if you plan on returning to Canada after it expires. When you seek to renew or modify your work permit, you do not instantly receive a new visa. Changing or extending the terms of your work visa usually necessitates submitting an online application. Before submitting your application, be certain that it is error-free. In order to verify that you can continue working under the same terms as your present work permit, you will receive a letter. You won't get this if you apply on paper because we won't know until we review your application whether or not it is complete. We don't charge courier fee or wait for your mail delivery. We get your application immediately. More documents can be submitted online in just a few minutes if we ask you to do so. If there are any changes to the status of your application, you will be notified through an email. Step 1. Make sure you have everything you need before you begin. Step 2. Read the instructions guide. Step 3. Prepare your answers for the online tool. Step 4. Know the fees you have to pay. Step 5. Create your online account or sign in. Now, if you want to know more about the percentage required to study in Canada or the fees required to study in Canada as an international student, visit our website. Kindly let us know the topics you would like us to cover in the following video, or if you have any queries. We will provide solutions to all your questions in our next video. If you like this video or you want to keep watching similar videos, kindly subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications for a new video that we publish on this channel. Also, let your friends and family members access helpful information by sharing this video. Best of luck and have an incredible journey ahead.